Okay, I'm back to one of my little Rotty ladies. So I've got the three Rottweiler girls. I've got Molly, Rosie and Heidi. Okay, so all three girls have had an altercation a couple of times, and this one, Heidi, the youngest, the more nervous one of them all, has come off worse. So what's happened is her nervous behaviour has triggered Molly, the older one, to step in and say that's not the way to behave. Molly's obviously come into it with the kind of wrong kind of energy. She's probably been a little bit reactive with it. So Rosie, who is the second eldest and the very confident one, has stepped in and said, no, that's not the way to behave, you're being reactive now, so I'm going to deal with this. And then what's happened is, between the pair of them, Molly and Rosie, they've had quite a serious fight, and Heidi here has been at the bottom of it all, I think. So Heidi's the catalyst. She's the nervous character, very nervous, very reactive. So these are the girls that 2 and 3 years old. So Heidi's 2, and they've never really sort of explored the big wide world. You know, it's always been very much at home. Great big garden, beautiful big house. And so what I'm doing with Heidi, because of her nervousness, is working with Frank, because he just loves life, he loves everybody, he's got no hang-ups, and he'll sort of bring out her happy, playful side. But yeah, alongside, you can just see lorries, the 42, because the traffic etc. has been quite a nervous kind of trigger for Heidi, because she's not used to the traffic. So I've brought her along here so she can hear the sounds of the traffic, she can see the traffic, but yeah, she's perfectly safe, but it's just to get her, you know, conditioned to hearing those sounds and seeing, and you know, it's okay, it's fine, nothing to worry about. So we're just getting her more worldly wise, basically. She is struggling a little bit with it. She's had quite a bad little case of diarrhea since we've been out, and yeah, she keeps squatting. There's not an awful lot happening, but she keeps squatting. So that's the adrenaline, that's the nervousness that's pumping around her body. So that tells me that her state of mind is in quite an anxious state. Now, I've not worked with Heidi for, I think it's 3-4 weeks, because she was in season, so I was working with the other two. So it has been a while since I've worked with Heidi, and yeah, her owner Angela, she did say she is like a coiled spring, and she really was like a coiled spring this morning. So this is the first walk, and she's not actually gone sort of bounding about like most dogs would that are full of energy. She's not actually far away from me. She's not running about in a happy, carefree way, and that may well be because of the traffic that's, you know, obviously unsettling her, and also she's just so nervous that she kind of sticks to you a little bit because she's too scared to go off on her own. So we're going to build a confidence. By building a confidence, we'll make her less reactive, and Frank's helping me out with that, because he's completely settled now, as you can see. If anything, now with Frank, I'm getting to the more boisterous side, the more argumentative side, which a lot of lurchers go through that phase. They can be extremely stubborn, and yeah, you've got to give them credit where it's due. They're clever little souls, and they really know how to see your weaknesses and act on them. So yeah, he's been quite interesting. It's a good thing because it shows he's feeling good. It shows he's feeling safe, he's confident, so it's not a bad thing. Yeah, luckily I know how to handle him. He's not quite realised I know how to handle him yet, but he will do. So back to Heidi. I'm just going to carry on with this walk, build my relationship back up with her, and get some more socialisation in so she gets to meet other dogs. There's no concern with her. She isn't actually reactive with other dogs. If anything, she's kind of not overly interested, and yeah, just keep the walk, hopefully meet you know, different characters of dogs. It's always good to meet different characters, because that helps the dogs read the body language of each other, and they learn and they develop their socialization skills better that way. So this is my work with Heidi today, and she's not too bad on the lead, so there's not an awful lot of lead work that I need to do, but I will do some. Again, I'll head down the treble 4 because that's what I've always done with her since I've had her, because she's so nervous, and like I say, they're not really that used to huge amounts of traffic, so it's really, really good for her. And it also helps to build her trust in the handler that you know, these scary things are all around her but nothing bad's happening. So so we build all that, and that will gradually in time lower her nervous reactive impulses. So we should get a little bit of a more grounded dog. What's interesting with Heidi is when I've had the other two on a school day and she's been on her own, she's been a lot calmer. She's kind of the shadow to, you know, whichever human is with her on that particular day, and very, very laid back, very calm. You know, there is a noticeable difference. And sometimes, although dogs are pack animals, sometimes depending on their character, we're all different, dogs are all different. So sometimes depending on their character, it could be that, do you know what, they are actually more comfortable not being around other dogs. You know, that sometimes that is the case. What my work is to find out exactly where their head is at and find the best solution for them and work them through any reactive issues that they have got, so we get them more balanced. But you're never actually going to change the character of the dog. And if she's calmer away from the other two dogs and she's not overly interested in playing with new dogs that she meets, and it could just be that she's happier on her own. And you know, I can relate to that, I'm happier on my own. So yeah, my work today is just, as we are doing, learning more about her character, seeing what triggers her, and getting some really good photos, I hope. All right, have a good day.